This is Owens Buzz on Biz, presented by marketing and sales students. Owens Buzz on Biz takes a look at industry and market analysis and market strategies.
Hi, welcome. This is Owens Buzz on Business. This is Annika Bowers here, a marketing student. Hope you all are having a great day so far. We are here at Owens Community College in the podcast room, and we are doing a little twist with our podcast today. We actually have a few guests in here right now. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Libby King, and I am the chair of the Business Technologies Department.
Okay, and we have?
And my name is Caroline Mittendorf. I am a marketing student.
Yes, so we are going to have a couple marketing students here today, flipping in and out with some questions here for Miss Libby King. So if Caroline, you want to go ahead and get started here?
Yeah, so I actually had no idea. I've never met you before. I'm a business student, and so I was kind of curious. Just tell me a little bit about yourself and about what you do here at Owens.
Okay, great. So as I said, I'm the chair of the Business Technologies Department. I have worked at Owens for a little over 8 years now. When I started working at Owens, I was an academic advisor, and then I was the advisor lead, and then about 6 years ago, I became the chair. My responsibilities include hiring faculty and adjuncts to teach the classes. I put the schedule together based on what courses are needed for each program, and then I make sure that the times don't overlap with other classes that should be taken during the same semester. I do the administrative portion of what needs to be done to make sure that our business programs stay accredited through our accrediting body, ACBSP, among lots of other things.
So you kind of explained what your job is, but how big is the business program? How many different programs are there? Because you said you run them all, so how many are there?
We have 10 programs and 10 certificates. We have accounting technology, business management, business transfer, business office professional, which is a new one, entrepreneurship, insurance studies, legal assistant, technology, which is also a new one, logistics and supply chain, marketing and sales technology, paralegal transfer, which is also new. I feel like I may have just forgotten one, but there are 10 altogether. And then we have certificates too. Short-term certificates, we have certificates that are a little bit over a year, and the certificates are all fully embedded within each of the degrees. So for example, if you are going to be completing the marketing and sales technology degree here, you'll also be completing the sales certificate. All of the classes in the sales certificate are already required in the marketing. So if you didn't already know that, make sure to talk to your advisor because you are actually completing the requirements for the certificate as well.
What is the difference between the certificates and the degrees? What is the difference? What makes a certificate an extra?
Sure. So the certificate is sort of a shorter list of requirements that gives you a little bit of a specialization in something. So for example, if you were an insurance student, you might be getting a job in insurance that has to do with sales, maybe not. But if you are interested in going into sales within insurance, you might also want to complete the requirements for the sales certificate because that's going to look really good on your resume. You're going to learn the skills that you need to do that job in insurance. And when you're applying for jobs within the insurance industry, they're going to see that and say, that person has some experience in sales. They know the concepts and they practiced it, and that's going to give you a leg up.
Okay, so it's just a resume builder, just add something else on.
And a knowledge builder as well.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. That's really good to know. And being a business student, I did not know that there was that many different options in the business field, and that's really good to know.
Great.
So a little bit more about your position. You said that you kind of were on a ladder, You kind of stepped up with your position. How did that come about? Were you kind of maybe second hand to the chair in business at a point, or?
So actually, it's kind of a sad story. The chair that we had when I started, his name was Tim Meesey. He was a fantastic man, and he got sick rather suddenly, and he passed away.
Oh, okay.
And it was very sad. We miss him every day. But my office was across the hall from his, and I knew what he was doing all day, every day. I understood what he was doing and why he was doing it. And when his position became available, the dean at the time asked me if I was interested. I was qualified based on my past education and the experiences that I'd had, and I applied and I got the position.
Okay, cool. Good to know. We have a new student in here. If you want to introduce yourself.
My name is Espen. I'm a marketing and sales student here at Owens.
Hi, Espen.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So I have a few questions. One, being a smaller college, what are some of the benefits of having a smaller classroom and having more one-on-one time with professors?
Oh, there are a lot of benefits to having one-on-one time with your professors. First of all, most of the professors here have a lot of experience in the real world. For example, Dr. David Seeger, he has so much experience working in different positions in his lifetime, and he has so many valuable stories to share with students. Those are kinds of things that you may not get if you were in a large lecture hall, maybe with 500 students. You get to know your professors one-on-one, and they get to know you, which is really beneficial as well. They know your personalities, they know your interests, they know your goals, and they can potentially help connect you with people in the community that might be able to help you in your future career path.
What are you currently doing to improve or make changes to the business program?
So, as I mentioned a little bit ago, we have 10 programs, and we have advisory boards for each of those programs, people who work in those fields that come and meet with us at least twice a year, and we ask them for advice on what we need to do. They look at our curriculum, they see what we're teaching the students, and they look to see if there are any holes, anything that we need to do to improve what we're teaching the students. We actually have an advisory board meeting coming up this Friday, and we're going to be talking about AI in the industries and what they're doing in their jobs, and if we should be doing something to prepare our students using AI in the classrooms.
Like using AI resources to help benefit students?
Right. So that's just one example. There are other things, different programs it's been a while since they've been updated. With our marketing program, for example, we are looking at new textbooks. We're looking at upgrading some of the classes, and some of those things take time because they have to go through different committees and have approvals and things like that.
Are you getting any feedback from any students or any staff?
The feedback that I hear is usually second or third hand. Usually advisors will tell me that they had a conversation with a student about, something. Often it has to do with, they had an issue with their instructor, or the class that they had, didn't meet at the right time. But my door is always open. Students are welcome to come and talk with me about any concerns they have ever, and I'm always willing to listen and do what we can to make improvements.
Awesome. I think that you've had some really good answers, and I really like the fact that you incorporated that a lot of our professors have real life experience in the business world, and that's good for students because, that kind of gives them a little bit of encouragement, and they're not just sitting in a classroom listening out of a book.
Right.
So we're going to take a short break here, and we'll be back in just a little bit with a couple more students who have some questions for you.
Great. Thank you.